Ballyhoo and welcome. The Passion Project continues. My name is Remedy Robinson, and this is an appreciation. This is an exploration of linguistics, language, and how to make a scene, as framed by the peerless poetry of the modern-day master, Elvis Costello. Today's slow drag is with Mr. and Mrs. Hush from the Grammy Award-winning Look Now, released in 2018. The songwriting is credited to Elvis Costello. There was Mr. Feathers from Momofuku who came before, and Mr. Crescent from The Boy Named If who came after, with mentions of Mr. Bartholomew and Mr. Oswald. Now the Mr. is joined by a Mrs., which is one of two titles on this album that uses this fuddy-duddy word, the other being the final Mrs. Curtin. Something about when you put the two honorifics together, Mr. and Mrs., there's a wonderfully anachronistic flair about it, hearkening back to an old black and white movie motel rendezvous where the register is signed by the generic Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This vibe helps to augment a clandestine, off-kilter sort of feel as pointed self-reflection litters the landscape of this delectable piece that begins with a fantastic, involuntary spectacle. I tripped through a house of mirrors, distorted my suspicions and fears.
I heard a whisper.
There is a place where those secrets begin.
They had a list.
I gave my name and they invited me in.
Though here's the twist.
A sign flickered and it started to flash. Welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Hush. I'm not sure what tickles me more about this introduction verse. The incongruity of a flashing sign welcoming what we might assume is a couple not wishing to be announced by flashing signs, or the parenthetical interjections wedged in between the narrator's exposition. Then, of course, there's Mr. Costello's singular ability to pair words that seem as if only he alone knows they'll rhyme. In this instance, mirrors and fear, which is cleverly accompanied in the background by whisper, with list and twist rhyming inside their own interjections, just before the stellar slant rhyme of flash and hush finish the verse with a flourish. Anytime a name is brought up vis-a-vis Mr. Costello, I'm again tickled by how many monikers our beloved entertainer has amassed over the past half-century. What are some of your favorites? Mine used to be Napoleon Dynamite, whom I named my beloved Pomeranian after, only to have to drop the last part of the name after the title was so heartlessly stolen away, as covered in episode 1 of this very podcast. What name do you think was given that invited our narrator in? You might have noticed I favor the honorific Mr. Costello throughout each episode of Slow Drag with Remedy. It's mostly out of respect, of course, but partly because I don't know what the hell else I should call him. Haven't you tired of that darkness yet? Didn't you cry your heart out? It's only a dream. What is it about love you can't accept? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready to be Mr. and Mrs. Hush? I mean, come on. Using brevity by deploying a rarely used syntactic construction to pose a question about darkness right after the spectacle of a sign that flickered and started to flash. What an absolute gem of juxtaposition, keeping with the delightfully stilted, antiquated atmosphere wrought from the use of the word Mrs. Haven't you? Sounds straight out of Hamlet. Have not you? Followed immediately by the same syntax of didn't you cry your heart out? Did not you cry? I love it. And Who do you think these questions are directed toward? In my opinion, this very much sounds like an inner monologue, for now at any rate. As always, the last iteration of this chorus will most likely demand a rethink of this assumption. And of course, we're presented with more Elvis Costello rhyming magic with yet and except. There are so many questions posed, rhetorical ones that feel nearly obsessed over, with only one non interrogative to break up the intrusive thoughts. It's only a dream deftly brings us back to the distortion, fear, and brightness of the first verse. But it was something I just couldn't understand till I slipped my finger into the band. Just think what those eyes might betray. Stare hard now and don't look away. Not to interpret meaning, because we're here for the words, not the essays. But this verse kinda, sorta, maybe bolsters my notion of an inner monologue. I'd love to find the double meaning of band, making it some sort of performance, but that feels a bit forced. In this case, a band is probably just a band. Oh, wedding one at that. This verse could almost be sad if it weren't so clever. The lingering question is, are you ready? If the question is marriage, then the solution is marriage. Yet look hard, there's something that will betray the situation. Self-sabotage is a popular pastime, isn't it? I cannot remember ever thinking this about any Elvis Costello piece before, but it almost feels as if this verse has been accidentally switched with the next one. Let's recite it and give it a thought. I don't know if I'm deep down right inside her heart or outside her door. I don't know if I have the key to either. Uncertain if I should take her hand or leave her. Okay, I take it all back. The verses are in the exact right order. Who was I to even question the master? Love is messy and doesn't follow any sort of fairy tale blueprint, making the trepidation displayed in this verse all the more poignant in an "oh God, what have I done" sort of way. The utter brilliance and word economy of "I don't know if I have the key to either" feels as if it would be right at home as a gravestone epitaph. Now, don't get me wrong, I love seeing Mr. Costello in concert, but at this point, I'd be far more interested in standing over his shoulder as he pens little masterpiece lines such as "uncertain if I should take her hand or leave her." That one statement, clear and indifferent, without a hint of malice, exposes the inner workings of so many relationships without the need for further explanation.
I thought I saw her.
It's a game of blindfold and bluff.
I thought I saw her.
You know I love you. Is it ever enough?
I thought I saw her.
Oh, what did I know?
I thought I saw her.
Hi ho, and there you go.
I thought I saw her.
Also called blind man's buff, denoting a small push, and hoodwink play. Blind man's bluff is a traditional game that needs little explanation. It's basically an excuse to be gropey sort of game that fits right in with this piece's dichotomy of light and dark, of suspected sight and willful blindness. These rhetorical questions keep coming up and aren't getting any easier, are they? Does uttering certain words, in this case, "I love you," count for much? That's a good question that might be best explored through linguistic relativism, but that's for a different bedtime story. The through line of nostalgic, old-timey, and obscure words and phrases that runs through this piece is once again exemplified by the seemingly inscrutable phrase "hi ho," which, funnily enough, can mean either boredom, or cheerfulness? I should be obvious with my endearing catchphrase, ballyhoo. I simply adore these low-frequency, obscure, and out-of-date words that drift through Mr. Costello's pieces as if they're new and as if they've always belonged at the same time. At once, we are made smarter as the words become that much more timeless. This is why, in part, it's difficult to tire of any Elvis Costello song. I'll confess that I did tire of one of his songs for a while, but as it turned out, I was mistaken. But no one has deep down kisses like hers,
I thought I saw her.
a voice that caresses and heals like spurs.
I thought I saw her.
What if you walked in with some other fella?
I thought I saw her.
Heat is rising and red is the color.
I thought I saw her.
Green is the color of my true love's eyes, and
I thought I saw her.
green is the color of those jealous disguises. The evocative rhyme of hers and spurs starts to spiral into concerns and trepidations, the what-ifs and the semiotics of color and their, in this instance, opposite meanings. I love how it's left to the listener to place this action. Is it inside the house of mirrors, the place where the secrets began, or a simple daydream, painfully but with pleasure bouncing around our narrator's brain? Haven't you tired of that darkness yet? Didn't you cry your heart out? It's only a dream. What is it about my love you can't accept? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready to be Mr. and Mrs. Hush? This third iteration of the chorus, as promised, with one added word, calls into question the difference between love and my love. What is it about my love you can't accept? Is this once again a rhetorical question, self-loathing, or is it an earnest question posed to an external being, one outside the narrator's own head? I love sliding through the tricky steps of this dangerous mystery dance of acceptance and rejection.
Dig it.
Again, this has been a slow drag with Mr. and Mrs. Hush from 2018's Grammy Award-winning Look Now. The syntax, the rhetorical questions, the obsession, the background interjections, the dueling senses of self-confidence and self-loathing, the internal monologue, the covert mission exposed by flashing lights, the antiquated words and phrases, and the twist at the end, the signature Mr. Costello double bluff by adding the simple word my to the final chorus. This piece has so much charm and so much depth, and those are just the nuances I've noticed. I can only imagine what I'm missing. In the spirit of rhetorical questions, I ask you, who is better than Mr. Costello? Who is a better songwriter and painter of intriguing worlds than our beloved entertainer? Other precious gems from Look Now you'll enjoy a slow drag with are episode 13, Not Quite Against My Will, to slow drag with Stripping Paper. Episode 64, Just Laughing Inside. That's a slow drag with Suspect My Tears. Episode 89, Hey You Out There. That's a slow drag with Why Won't Heaven Help Me? And episode 107, A Thrill Like This. That's a slow drag with Dishonor the Stars. What a tremendous lineup. One masterpiece after another. And that's it for today's Slow Drag, my fellow aficionado. Thank you for listening, and a very special thank you to Andy for lending his fantastic voice to this episode. I'll be back soon with another Slow Drag, so thanks for helping to get the word out about this little passion project. So, until next time, adieu, my little ballyhoo. Slow Drag with Remedy.